Good morning, noon, and night, my friends. We're here, and we are going to play some Doki Literature Club. Because things are starting to get a little bit crazy. They're going off the rails a bit. I cannot see it all through these things, so they got to cut out of here. Okay, now my hair is definitely messed up, but you know what? That's fine. It doesn't matter. Let's play. Let's get in here. Let's learn a thing or two about writing. But isn't it weird that this game, we were in it for the inspirational landscapes, but hint, but yet I'm actually learning about writing. All right, let's see here. Late at night, I believe that was my latest save. Who should I show my poem to next? Natsuki. Let's go, Natsuki. Pink-haired bubblegum. Alright, let's go. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well, then keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me. So you use like 3-word sentences, but it's not going to be that hard. Eat the bread. Rice, sticky. I smile. Tummy, tum-tum. I mean, there you go. That's basically what all of your poems are like. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how could someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. Think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. Oh, okay. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. A little bit Hitlerian, but that's cool. Yeah, it's like you hate spiders a lot, clearly. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. Yeah, it definitely is longer than your last one. And more interesting, too. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. True. It's true. Mine is croissants. Love them. Now, what is my real weird hobby? Maybe it's this, playing Doki Literature Club. Pretty sure most people would think this is a weird hobby. People need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote something similar today. She did. About raccoons or something. Yeah, Yuri. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. And I think it's killing raccoons. You should stay away from her, actually. You're pretty small. She could probably use a knife on you pretty easily. And that would suck. I mean, I don't like you, but I don't want you to die, right? That'd be terrible. Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. Yeah, being nice to people, Natsuki. Then you would be cool. The problem is, you're so, headstrong and just... It's too much. Sathan? Are you done over there? He was just scratching himself. Alright, anyway. I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. That's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. I imagine when she talks, her head moves a lot. Like she's just got a lot of tude. Oh, girl. Hey, Monica, what up, yo? We're done reading each other's poems? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Yuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets weekends. Is that what you guys are doing this whole time? Because Natsuki's been talking my ear off for like 20 minutes over here. I was giving you the eye movement like, come save me, but you're over there writing pamphlets. Performing. Monica? Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Whoa, a poem to recite during the event? We're going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sarah's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Okay, Yuri. I like it. Real go-getter attitude. Wait, what's wrong with him? Uh-oh. Natsuki. She says it's not a bad idea, but she didn't sign up for it. You're just nervous. That's all it is. I assumed Natsuki would be the one who liked performing in front of people. Obviously, Yuri is going to back out. She is the shyest thing ever. She's just going to freak out and turn to stone up there on the stage, which would be hilarious, but not in a funny way, but more like a, oh, this is messed up kind of way, you know? Anyway, I don't like the idea. If someone doesn't want to go on stage, they don't want to do karaoke, they don't want to do any sort of event that everyone else is like, oh, this is so cool. You shouldn't hate on them for that. It's okay. Some people just prefer to keep the circle small. They don't want to be in the spotlight. That's cool. But look, we are the founding members of this poetry club, so that's why we got to carry the torch. The best leaders are the ones who don't even want to be leaders. They do it out of a sense of duty. That's how George Washington was. Don't you guys want to be like George Washington? Anyway, what is happening in the actual game? That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. See, basically the same thing I was saying. Sharing it with others inspired them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. Monica, I get it. I know we all do. And if it all takes standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. See, I am on the same wavelength. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. Let's finish this fight. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Wow, for once you don't have something to say, Natsuki. Okay, fine. Perfect. Okay. Yuri, I guess I don't really have a choice. Okay. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh, gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reading them in front of each other. No way. Okay, Scooby-Doo looking ass, calm down over there. It's not that difficult. We just recited poems to each other for like the last hour. Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. She begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. Unlike mine, I sound like a slurred, drunken sailor who had some head trauma from a crab cage hitting him too hard. I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes their recitation. Impeccable. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? Yuri? She's what? Okay. Feeling yourself. Okay, let's see it. The poem is called You Can Do It, Yuri. After image of a crimson eye. This sounds like some fairy mamby-bamby something. Alright, here we go. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and then we all get ice cream. Okay. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Drink your water, folks. Remember, stay hydrated. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori cheerfully walks up to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. And of course, you know Sayori's going to be happy, giggly, and she'll be fine. Just do it. Oh, she's struggling a little bit. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself. I see. Okay then. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. Okay. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read on this paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Wow. Yeah, poetry is kind of like that. Like, it brings out weird parts of people. Not weird, but very personal parts of people that I don't think we can readily share with anybody. Even the people we love the most, sometimes it's hard to really show them that clearly. That's those parts of you like that. That question, I don't know, I guess it sounds cliche. Ask the big questions, right? Okay. Who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Patrick. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Patrick lower everyone's standards a little before I... Wow. Okay, harsh but fair. Natsuki. It's fine. I'm gonna throw eggs at her car later anyway. I imagine she drives like some type of little cooped up, maybe a mini coupe. You know what? I could see Natsuki being a mini coupe driver. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. It's less about your abilities and more about the fact that you're absolutely right that you are worse than all of us. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Oh, I might have a burp. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. If I burped right in your ears, I know that's not the best. This poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, the poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. Oh, my bad, guys. That's my phone going off. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? No. Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? Yeah, because we're going to have a whole presentation, so you've got to do it. When it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Yeah, for me too. Like, it would be easy in front of friends, but in front of a crowd of strangers, that would be a lot harder for me. But I could see Natsuki's perspective. Okay. Find a poem to recite. It doesn't even have to be your own. So does this mean I get to like pick a famous poem now? Because I know of a certain doctor who has changed the hearts of millions with his prolific writing. Dr. Seuss. I believe in one of his great poems of the ages, he said, "One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish." And frankly, there's no more poignant way to express the meaning of life than through those 4 words. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I'm going to be honest. It just sounded dramatic. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Patrick. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. Oh, cool. I'm going home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, so let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, Sayori's cool, but Yuri's more like a personal part of the dark part. I don't know if I can deal with the shyness, though. I'm gonna go with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Huh? But, she's so beautiful and smart. Well, absolutely. And you're a bit dorky and nerdy, and you have a small little boopable nose. It's cool, dude. We all have our... Just kidding. Don't ever compliment your woman that way. It does not end great. Let me put it that way. I really can't figure you out on sometimes. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? True. Although, we may still make a poem for Yuri. Let's see. Do I want to make a thing for Natsuki or just leave her behind? That's the question. Do we move it along with Yuri and Sayori or do we entertain Natsuki? I think, given how things are going, I need to just pick 2 and leave 1 behind because there's only 3 days, right? So tonight, I'm going to appeal to Yuri again. Even though I've just confirmed things with Sayori, and it's only to play the field a little longer, you know? We got to see how far this goes. So, here we go. Extraordinary. Explode. Heaven sent. Journey. Email. That's Natsuki's, of course. I just wanted to see whose that one was. Universe. Unrestrained. Agonizing. Essence. I'm just going speed running it, and it is Yuri every time. Secretive. Landscape. How is landscape hers? That's not dark at all. Infinite. Adventure. Okay, there we go. See, I gotta give a couple for her. Joy. Philosophy. Awesome. Existence. Okay, we got her. That was mostly Yuri. We threw a little Sayori in there. A little spicy meatball. I don't know if I did that right or not, but we're gonna find out. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. If I could romance Monica, I think I would go for her. Because she's cool. But she's kind of like the matriarch, right? She's just the leader. I don't think you end up having any flirty time with her. Alright, I'm still not seeing how this is dark yet. I can't wait for the festival. I'm assuming the festival, this has got to be the big reveal, right? Where things get twisted upside down, as the Fresh Prince would say. It's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid. That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you, of all people? What do you mean, you people, Natsuki? Because it's right in your name. Monika. Eh? Her confused face is hilarious. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that Jake makes no sense in translation. That's so dumb. Never mind. Okay, Monica is doing some weird shenanigans right now. She is... If we were on an alien ship, she would be the ship talking to us. You know what I mean? When it starts like... What is that? 2001 Space Odyssey? Whatever. The point is, She's alive in the game. She's the master of us puppets. She knows what's going on. She's into some weird voodoo stuff. I waved my hand in front of her face. Huh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh. Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Oh no, am I ruining my friendship with Sayori? Oh, this could end terribly. In real life, you should not make your best friend your lover because it does ruin the relationship. I mean, maybe that's terrible advice, but in my experience in life, if you are wanting to find someone to be with, you do want them to be your best friend, but if it's someone who's already in your life as a friend, especially if it's like a childhood friend, you got to be really careful. Those are rare to come by, true friendships like that, and you don't want to ruin it by doing something irreparable. Maybe I'm reading into it a little bit too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Patrick. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive, which means it's probably about me. Ugh, ego. I just wanted to ask you if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Patrick. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? No, I probably shouldn't say too much. I'm sorry for that. Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? Me. She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Patrick. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. Wow. You know, maybe that's true. Maybe Sayori does have a sad side to her that's like wistful and longing. I already know I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across. Do you ever have that happen in real life? Where like your boss or your partner or maybe your kid, like somebody close to you says something to you and it just hits you so raw that you're like thinking about it when you're driving. It's one of those drive homes where you don't even turn on the music. You're just staring at the road like, wow. You could be a great asset if you would just stop lashing out. Oh my God. Wow. Those long, thoughtful drives. That's when you know somebody hit you hard. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book, but she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell I was thinking that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Now, not that I was staring or anything. Well, I didn't think you were staring until you said you weren't staring. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are the only concerns of yes. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you prefer to share what's on your mind, then I'll be glad to listen. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Eh? Sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Patrick, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. Well, Yuri, way to hit me like a truck with your philosophy there. There are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. If I could read this like I wasn't a stuttering third grader, then this would be really profound. Because I have these thoughts lately. I mean, I guess everybody does. But it's really hit me because I've been contemplating that lately. The idea that everyone around you is a part of the community. They have such unique, vast lives filled with awesome stories to tell. But you have no idea. You know what I mean? I'm a desk attendant on the weekends right now. And every Sunday when I'm there, there's a cleaning lady who comes through. And I talk to her in the morning. And, I feel like most people probably dismiss her. But she talks about her life and her 15-year-old son who has autism and her husband who she's been married to for decades. And we joke around. And it's just this weird friendship that nobody else in my life knows that I haven't. But yet it's meaningful to me. It's cool. We share stories. I tell her about what I'm thinking about, what I'm going through. And she's older and wiser. So anyway, she kind of reminds me of my mom. It's funny. There's a lot of those type of relationships. And I don't know if everyone has that, but I definitely have like a handful of people in my life like that where we have this connection, but it's not something, I don't know. It's not someone I see every day. You're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Huh. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah, I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. You just casually have tea in the classroom, huh? Women will do that stuff. I mean, I suppose if guys planned ahead, they could do that too. It's not a bad thing, but they will reach into the purse and have like a whole tea set prepared. Or reach into their purse and they got the perfect puzzle when you need to pass some time. I don't know. I just feel like they're prepared for everything. My girl has little handbags that she gets every month, and she puts them with different things. Like one of them will have medicine. The other one is chapstick, let's say, and just different categories, right? So I feel like, anyway, I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll get some water. Okay, wait. So who is the teacher? I've never met this teacher. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moved really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? We're just... Yuri was going to make some tea, so... we're just filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Oh, get her, Yuri, get her! Or do you want me to tell there's something wrong with help involving Patrick in club act... What? Or do you want to tell me... Oh, okay. Do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Patrick in club activities? Yeah, Yuri, get her. Woo. Well, let's go, Patrick. I'm going to follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? Nah, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Patrick, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Man, this is so true in life. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. So absolutely 100% true. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say. Patrick, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah, let's get that tea. Let's get the heck out of here. Come on. Yada yada. Bop bop ba boop boop bow. Alright. Do you like oolong tea? I like short tea. But anything is fine. Yeah. Anything to forget that terrible joke sounds great. 200 degrees, she says. I thought it was 185 was the perfect temperature for boiling tea. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. See, I'm not at all. I'm just made that up completely. But you believed me, didn't you? It's all because you got to sound confident. Or weirdly British. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. Oh, you must be in a good mood now. Is that so? She had the little kawaii face. Ugh. I'm cringing having said that out loud. I apologize. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Patrick. It's very endearing. She wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. She poured a cup of tea for each of us. Patrick, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? Why? It's a bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries, I just have back pain fairly regularly. This son of a gun, whoever made this game knows exactly what they're... I wonder... I knew they were going to go this way. Your posture, right? Looking like a damn question mark? Don't worry. I'll put on some David Goggins for you, Yuri. You'll be very pumped up, and you won't slouch over anymore, you hunchback of Notre Dame. Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar, because she is a dang fiend with the chocolate. And then she always makes me pay for her stuff at the vending machine. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Ooh! Except this time, our bodies are even closer. Closer. ASMR for you. Wow. Oh my gosh. Shh. Hold on. I got one. I hope I scared you. Alright. Yuri sides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Calm down there, buddy. Keep it in the pants. Just relax. She's just drinking tea and reading a book, okay? Now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. You're a pervert. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. This is definitely... I know everyone has these thoughts, but it's funny. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading and not other things in my view. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? What? Are you allergic? If I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Oh, yeah, true. I'm going to eat it with all my fingers and then lick my fingers afterwards. Ew, no need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. Whoa, we're getting the close-up scene. Uh-oh. She's got a weird ear, doesn't she? Look at that ear hole. Weird. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case... she's totally focused on reading again with her left arm, like a chocolate candy, and I pop it in my mouth, and I take another cut of chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural, and Monica wasn't staring at us from across the room right now. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. This is getting weird, dude. Did I just... She looks like she needs to confirm what just happened. Patrick, Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but wow, even I can't BS it anymore. I'm like, yeah, totally, just a friend thing, you know what I'm saying? I was just reading so hard, I couldn't even tell. Little water break, everybody. Okay, the situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can just tell by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Breaths. I said breaths. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Ew, that's how they're ending that? I did not like that. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Patrick, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right?
Yeah, of course. I wasn't doing anything weird.
The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah, good idea. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Who should I show my poem to first? Monica. What you got for me? Hi, Patrick. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. Satan. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. This one's good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers. I hope you don't find that in a bad way. Yeah, I'm a little worried about that raccoon poem. I mean, I think if it comes down to it, I'm going to have to pick Sayuri over Yuri because I don't think Sayuri is going to slice me in my sleep. And Yuri, I don't know. I don't know for sure about her. Oh, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but, well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, all right? All right. The Lady Who Knows Everything. Oh, an old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lost adrift in the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star. Till one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall and fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I do see that, yeah. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Man, I gotta go start doing slam poetry again. You're giving me a hankering for the slam. Let's show it. Oh, stretch my back. I was hunched over. I gotta up this mic a little bit, lower the chair, you know? I think we'll do that next time. Let's pause here, everybody. It's been a good run. I think we're getting in a little closer with our friend Yuri. And we still got Sayori on the back burner. And I may end up writing a poem for Natsuki. I was thinking about it. And if I alternate it where Sayori gets a second poem, and then I have one more night before the Jamboree thing, I could do the last one for Natsuki. And then you've got 2, 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, perhaps. I'll think about it. Comment if you have any recommendations on the best way to get to Monica. Let's see. I don't know if she is. Maybe she's like a hidden path. But if not, we'll go for Sayori. Let me know. And as always, thank you for watching. Appreciate you.